Chapter 4: Sir Gawain's Mysterious Quest. Within the hallowed halls of Camelot, Balduin continued to explore the grandeur of the castle and its surroundings. It was a world filled with courteous and chivalrous souls, each recognizing his aspiration to become a knight, even in his current lowly station. Their eyes held the spark of understanding, the same spark that had fueled their own journeys to this revered place. They offered him food and kindness, understanding the trials that lay ahead for a young squire like him. As Balduin meandered through the bustling courtyard, taking in the camaraderie and shared purpose of those within, he witnessed something he had not quite expected. Amidst the crowd, he spotted a lad even humbler than himself, a boy of perhaps 14, with the weariness of life etched upon his young face. With a heart brimming with empathy, Balduin approached the boy, who seemed to wear the weight of the world on his narrow shoulders. "What is your name?" Balduin inquired, his voice filled with genuine concern. The boy, named Geoffrey, met Balduin's gaze with gratitude in his eyes. He accepted the kindness offered by the young squire, a solitary coin that Balduin possessed, the most meager of possessions. Balduin knew that despite his own modest means, he still had a home to return to in a few days, where he could assist his uncle in their blacksmithing trade. Geoffrey, it seemed, did not even possess that modest security. Geoffrey accepted the coin with a humble nod, his gratitude evident. "I am grateful," he murmured, his voice tinged with humility. "I hope I can repay you someday." Balduin's heart swelled with both empathy and a profound connection. Here, within the fabled walls of Camelot, he was not alone in his humble beginnings, his dreams, and his aspirations. He had encountered Geoffrey, a soul equally touched by the hand of fate, and their brief exchange was a testament to the shared struggles and aspirations of those who dared to dream. Their paths had converged, and Balduin couldn't help but sense that this chance encounter was destined to be the beginning of a unique friendship, a bond forged in the crucible of ambition and camaraderie. As they embarked on their respective journeys within the confines of Camelot, Balduin and Geoffrey were united by the common thread of hope and the desire to prove themselves in a world filled with honor and challenges. With a nod and a heartfelt smile, Balduin acknowledged Geoffrey's gratitude and accepted his silent vow to repay the kindness. In the grand realm of Camelot, where dreams were woven into reality, their stories had just begun, intertwined by the promise of a brighter future, as they embarked on the path of knighthood and honor. As Balduin embarked on his journey of self-discovery and knighthood within the fabled halls of Camelot, he was guided to a place that filled him with awe and wonder, the armor room. This chamber, hidden deep within the heart of the castle, was a sanctuary of legend, a treasure trove of metal and might. The door creaked open, and Balduin stepped into a room that seemed to transcend time itself. Rows upon rows of gleaming armor adorned the walls, each piece a testament to the valor of the knights who had worn them. The air was filled with the scent of polished steel and leather, a heady mixture that seemed to infuse Balduin with newfound determination. The armor room was a place of history and legacy, where suits of armor stood like sentinels, preserving the tales of bravery and honor that had echoed through the ages. Each set of armor had its own unique character, from the intricate engravings on the breastplates to the crests that adorned the helmets. Balduin's eyes darted from one set to another, each piece a testament to the courage and skill of its former wearer. The master-at-arms, a figure of authority and wisdom, led Balduin through the room, showing him the armor in painstaking detail. He spoke with a deep and resonant voice, filled with the weight of tradition and purpose. "One day, one of these suits may be yours," he said, his eyes reflecting the hopes of a new generation. "I believe this one is the right size for you." Balduin's heart swelled with a mixture of pride and determination. He couldn't help but run his fingers over the cold, smooth surface of the armor, imagining the day when it would become a part of him. "How can I go about deserving it?" he asked with a sense of humility. The master-at-arms fixed his gaze on Balduin, his expression both stern and encouraging. "That," he declared, "is solely for you to find out. The path to knighthood is filled with challenges and trials, but the honor of wearing this armor will be a testament to your mettle and your commitment to the ideals of chivalry." Balduin walked out of the armor room with a smile that stretched from ear to ear. He was certain that he had found his path, a path that led through the annals of history, to a destiny as a true knight of Camelot. Yet, the realization was accompanied by a profound sense of urgency, for he knew that his time within these hallowed halls was limited. He had only a few days to prove himself, to find a reason to remain in Camelot and pursue his dreams. Balduin had been given a taste of the world he had longed for, the world of knighthood and honor. Now, he was driven by an unyielding determination to seize this opportunity, to prove his worth, and to make the grand dream of becoming a knight of Camelot a reality. The armor room had kindled the fire within him, and Balduin was determined to burn brighter than ever in his quest for knighthood. Balduin's journey through Camelot was a tapestry of new encounters and revelations, each moment fueling his determination to prove himself as a knight of great worth. As he continued his exploration of the Grand Castle, his path led him to a sight that thrilled him beyond measure. There, strolling through the bustling courtyard, was a figure of immense stature and nobility, flanked by a retinue of advisors. Balduin couldn't contain his awe, and he turned to one of the castle's inhabitants to inquire about the identity of this noble knight. The answer he received sent his heart aflutter with excitement. It was none other than Sir Gawain, a name as legendary as the very Round Table itself. Here, in the heart of Camelot, Balduin was in the presence of one of the revered knights of the Round Table, a hero whose valor was known far and wide. The bystanders, recognizing Balduin's fervent desire to witness such a noble knight in the flesh, cautioned him against approaching Sir Gawain, explaining that the knight was preoccupied with matters of great importance. But Balduin, ever the embodiment of earnest naivety, interpreted the advice given to him in the most direct manner possible. Without hesitation, he strode towards Sir Gawain, interrupting his conversation with a voice filled with earnest humility. "Pardon me, Sir Gawain," he began, "please accept my service, which, however humble it may be, will also be the most devoted." Sir Gawain, a paragon of chivalry and honor, turned to regard the young squire who had dared to intrude upon his business. His expression was one of measured curiosity, tinged with a hint of amusement. "I hope one day you may be of real use to me," Sir Gawain responded, his words laced with a gentle wisdom that belied his stature, "but I fear that for the matters impending, your albeit honest humility will be of little use to me." With a nod, Sir Gawain continued with the important discussions that filled his day, leaving Balduin standing in the courtyard, his heart aflutter with the realization that he had just engaged in conversation with one of the most esteemed knights of Camelot. He did not berate himself for his audacious approach. Instead, he absorbed the moment's significance. This encounter with Sir Gawain, brief though it may have been, had steeled Balduin's resolve and broadened his perspective. It was a reminder of the humility that he must carry on his journey to knighthood, and a testament to the grand ideals that drove him to seek a place at the Round Table. Balduin walked away from the encounter with his head held high, his spirit unbroken, and a newfound determination to embrace every opportunity that came his way, no matter how audacious it might seem. His journey in Camelot had only just begun, but each step carried him closer to the dream he held dear, the dream of becoming a knight of the Round Table. Determined and unyielding, Balduin's quest for knighthood led him to explore the more secluded realms of Camelot, where private gardens flourished with vibrant blooms and tranquil sanctuaries away from the bustling courtyard. The air was heavy with the scent of blossoms, and the soothing sounds of nature surrounded him as he wandered in this idyllic oasis. In his contemplative solitude, he chanced upon a sight that filled him with both awe and trepidation. There, amidst the lush greenery, walked a noble woman of unparalleled grace, attended by her retinue of ladies. Balduin, overcome by curiosity, sought out a stable boy nearby, his humble attire serving as an immediate sign of his origin and aspirations. He inquired about the identity of the regal figure he had glimpsed. The stable boy, glancing at Balduin's ragged clothing, acknowledged his foreignness with a wry smile. "Apparently, you are not from this place," he noted with gentle humor, "as deduced from your garments, or if we're to be candid, the rags you are wearing. That noble woman is none other than Lady Guinevere, the wife of King Arthur." Balduin felt a rush of gratitude for the information, and yet, without a moment's hesitation, he found himself drawn to the lady who embodied the essence of royalty and nobility. With a heart brimming with determination, he advanced toward Lady Guinevere, his voice a mixture of earnest humility and undying devotion. "Lady Guinevere," he began, his words resounding with sincerity, "I am here to serve you and your king. I ask for nothing more than an opportunity to test my honest devotion. I am certain that I will soon be able to reward you for your trust." Lady Guinevere, a paragon of grace and regal poise, regarded the young squire with understanding in her eyes. She recognized in him the same spirit of determination that had driven countless other knights and aspirants who had crossed her path. She responded with courtesy and wisdom, her words both gentle and firm, for she knew the power of compassion and encouragement. "The king and the knights of the Round Table are occupied with matters of vital importance," Lady Guinevere explained. "Only the most valiant among them can have the audacity to be of use in this endeavor. I hope that one day you may stand among those noble knights, but I fear that day remains on the distant horizon." Balduin, though met with the reality of his current limitations, felt an inexplicable satisfaction wash over him. He had stood before Lady Guinevere, the very embodiment of the legends that had fueled his dreams. Though he had not inched closer to his goal, the brief encounter had bestowed upon him a sense of fulfillment that extended beyond words. With newfound resolve, Balduin understood that every step he took within Camelot was a step closer to his cherished dream of becoming a Knight of the Round Table, a dream he held dearer than ever.